I think it's interesting because I don't know. I'm sure we all have very, very diverse backgrounds. I'm sure none of us would have the same background. I mean, you know, the first thing I did when I first went on the internet in 1991 was go on to a CompuServe forum to get some help on a tool. So social media is nothing new. It's been here forever. So I think that, I mean, hopefully we'll continue to recruit people from really diverse backgrounds, you know, writers, storytellers, marketing people, techies, everything, because that's, you know, I think that, you know, to do social media well, you need a blend of all of these different skills. And if I'm trying to put together a social media team, I want a blend of those backgrounds as well. And I think the main thing is you just got to have a passion for it. But that applies to anything that you're going to be good at in the world. You know, you need to be in it to win it, and you know, you need to understand it. I think diversity is still the key.
I think as well, social media is not hugely different from traditional marketing because at its core it's all about communication and communicating a message to an audience. So the skills you learn as a traditional marketeer still apply to social media platforms. You just need to learn the difference in application and the technological differences between them. So I don't think anyone who started out as a traditional marketeer or someone like me, I started as a digital copywriter, the skills, the base skills are the same, it's just applying them to the different platforms.
I think rather than sort of what background are we coming from, I think the thing that I'd like to see with graduates, I suppose, school leavers, is a sense of risk-taking. Because I think kind of the thing that probably all of the panellists share is sort of the next time a new service is announced, I bet we're all on it with our, you know, wanting to get our Twitter handle on it, to try it. And the thing that I've kind of learned through social media surgeries is lots of people are quite scared and they're sort of really worried, they think about it, whereas we're probably all the kind of people that are kind of going, oh, I'll give that a go, you know, try that out. And I think that's where the learning comes from. You know, it doesn't change, the landscape keeps moving, and the people that are at the forefront of that are willing to take the risk to try it and have a go, so that they're the next people that go, well, actually, yes, I have tried that and I know what to do with it next. And that's probably what I'd like to see, a bit more risk and a bit more technical skills sometimes.
So my alarms has gone off, which means one of two things. It's either time to get up or we've got 5 minutes left. So assuming it's 5 minutes left, any final questions for the panel? Just the back, the very back.
Just got a quick one on the next one. Have you guys done much with Google Plus then?
Buzzword bingo. I think we didn't expect it to be this long for Google Plus to be raised.
You started it, I just thought I'd carry on.
Yeah, I've been playing with it, and I think actually there's a question on the list that we didn't get to, which is there's a research piece about social media fatigue, and I think that, I mean, I'm going to say it and I'll probably be wrong, but like you keep saying, but I think it's just another thing for people to do online. I think people have got enough things online to do. I think from what I've looked at with Google Plus, it tends to be very male orientated at the moment. I don't know if that says something about the industry we work in, but it's more of a kind of professional person sort of thing who works in social media, that the early adopters that are using it. And I think that actually, if you look at people that use things like the Google account, Google Calendar, things like that, it's actually those geeks that are using that, not necessarily the mainstream. And I think that for Google to try and pull some market share away from Facebook is going to be absolutely so difficult. And I think that, I don't know, it might go the way of Wave.
So maybe it's more B2B type of operation.
I think that as far as Google's concerned, you know, this could be the glue that pulls all the various bits together, because obviously, you know, you've got the video with YouTube, you've got Picasso, you've got all the various elements, so they've already got different parts of our lives on there, like Facebook, you know, post a lot of your own content already. This is just another way for sort of Google to start wrapping around you. So I think rather than view it as a Google Twitter or a Google Facebook, I would very much see it as the sort of first step to start tying it all together.
I didn't attend the SEO seminar a while ago, but one of my clients is called Holiday Extras, and we went down. They've got an internal digital team, and I met the head of SEO, and he said, "Chris, I'm not really, to be honest, I haven't been interested in social media. When it came out, I couldn't really give a shit. All I care about is where our website comes, and we've got 15 copywriters here that write content." And he said, and then I went to a conference in Miami last October, and 85% of the SEO conference was on social media, but more importantly, they'd analysed the Google algorithm. And Google now takes it checked. Well, for instance, last 12 months it changed 4 times in the year. But however, this year, 2011, it's changed more than 252 times already. And the thing that's changing it is what we call social media signals. So likes, votes, and of course now Google +1. So Google +1, people plussing articles and stuff, this is all taken into account in the Google algorithm and boosts your site. So there's your ROI to answer the other question by accident. But yeah, Google Plus, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull it all back together. And also the other reason why they brought it in is because Facebook's the second biggest site in the world now, and Google have gone shit, and they've put a third of their development team just into building social networks so they can get a bit of the money because they're losing share to Facebook.
I think it's always worth, in terms of SEO, keeping an eye on what Google do because they control you know how visible you are. So if you're a business, you're a company, you're thinking about SEO and you want to be visible in the search results, it's always worth keeping an eye on the areas that Google are investing in because, like you say, it will count towards their algorithms, it will influence them, they're bringing in social, and the best thing that you can do is just keep an eye on it and be aware of it and get involved in it because ultimately it will help.
Since Google Plus was launched, I think every week there's a new stat saying Google Plus has now got 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million users. But I can get a little bit put off when loads of social media channels just start putting out their user numbers because it doesn't really tell you. The things about Twitter's guilty of it, Foursquare's guilty of it. When they do find out how many users something has got. But then I saw yesterday only 48% of people have actually put anything on their Google Plus profile. Half of them are just dead. So maybe try to find out where possible, if you are thinking about targeting something that's a bit different, not how many users it's got, or how much exposure it's getting, or how well it's being used, or how well it's being used by the people you want to target.
Yeah, I'd just say, you know, it's way too early days. You know, the opportunities for businesses and brands on Google Plus is not there yet. They're going to launch that later in the year. If there is a benefit onto your SEO results, I think everybody will jump onto it, and all the brands and companies will all be all over it. So, as an agency, we'll be kind of giving that advice in 6 months' time. And I do think that, you know, what is true across the whole of social media is this discussion about search. Is that it massively improves. If you look at the total interactions that you're going to have when you go into social media versus a normal website search kind of strategy, you'll kind of see a multiple of about 3 by being in different things. You know, so I'll just give you another example about Ribena this year. So our YouTube channel is probably getting 3 times the traffic that it normally gets without anything driving traffic to it, and that's simply because of volume in social media, the impact that that's had on search, and then all our metrics going through the roof. So I think that all of this does link together, and you do have to really look at what people are doing, because any improvement on your overall visibility and search performance is worth doing. So, you know, it's not rocking the world at the moment, Google Plus, but I think it will be really important.
I know Simon Wilson wants to come and close the session, but just as he walks up, one thing I'd just like to ask the panel for is if they have any tips or tricks for business tools or tools that businesses can use through social media that are perhaps free that we can take away from today.
Free tools, blimey, the amount of conferences I've been to, and everyone goes, okay, first one to tick off the list, because everybody will be sat there thinking, I've got one in the back, Social Mention. Yeah, Social Mention, it's a cheap platform, a bit buggy, but it can tell you the sentiment, it can tell you where people have said what, basically, but it obviously it's a free tool. So the one that I've built is a Twitter application, it's a Twitter management application that allows you to get rid of people that don't follow back and sort people by influence, and that's called Tweezier.com. But I built that myself, so I wasn't going to plug that, but thanks for the CEO.
I'll come out to be frank. Well, I think you should pay for the good ones. If it's important for you, then and picking the good ones, I would say have a good play around. It took us a good 2 or 3 months, I think, to research all the listening tools and find one that was right for us.